Julia Gillard is here to try and push the message that it's helped mechanics such as these.
Feature of the road. Okay, everybody's good.
Federal election campaigns. We see them, some would say suffer them, once every 3 years.
Firstly, why should taxpayers contribute any money to that sort of program, and why?
Today for Julia Gillard was certainly a day for ladies.
But what we see and hear in the news isn't always the whole story. There's another story, and it's about the storytellers. When an election is called, journalists from around the country are suddenly thrust together, joining the campaigners on their tours. Behind the scenes, the carefully controlled media circus is in a constant state of organised chaos.
Julia Gillard is behind me here having a cup of coffee with the journalists aboard the Gillard battle bus. And it's a well-earned break for us after a pretty tough morning on the road. We've been out early, reasonably early, to listen to Ms Gillard do radio, and then it was off into the western suburbs to see a car dealership where Ms Gillard announced a new apprenticeship scheme and took some questions from us. And we've had the journey back in here, filing our stories, and for our radio colleagues doing a few crosses to radio.
Kym Smith, I'm a News Limited press gallery photographer based in Canberra, so being on the election campaign is one of my dreams and finally come true. So out here covering it with the Prime Minister.
Like I say, I've covered a few campaigns, and usually it takes people a few days just to get into the routine. So lots of people, I guess particularly the newcomers, they're wondering where they're meant to be. They're struggling with the tight deadlines, because there's a lot of deadlines and there's lots of people phoning from your office wanting to know what's going on. You've got somebody usually on the other campaign bus who's also trying to contact you to tic-tac about what you could ask your candidate based on what their other candidate has said. So I'd say the biggest innovation this time has been all the twittering and the new media stuff. For the first time, particularly even the newspaper reporters, we have to file for our websites all the time, whereas previously we would just file once a day. So now something happens first thing in the morning and everyone furiously has to get to their computer, or fortunately in my case my iPad, which I've found to be very useful and cuts a lot of time, and you've got to file quickly.
This has been Susann Kovacs from the campaign trail for News Limited.